Hey everyone, what's up? It's KraDeNine here in Time Lane of Temple of Time, my favorite spot in MapleStory for the most part. So a lot of you have still been personal messaging me, commenting, just asking me in general of, hey KraDeNine, how does Xenon's AP work? And I can see the confusion. Xenon is the first class in MapleStory since, its launch that we've had 3 different focuses on AP rather than 1, which is the more recent thing, or 2, which was the past. So it's understandable to be confused or just unsure of how it works. So I'm just going to go right into it and explain what each of them does. Strength gives you stance, so it gives you power stats basically. The higher your strength, the less chance that enemies will knock you over or give you knockback. The higher your dexterosity is, or dex, will be your status resistance. So your status elements effects will be about lower. Then you have luck, which is avoidability, which is kind of common among thieves. So the higher your avoidability, the higher the mischance the monsters have against you. The highest you can go up to these days is 90%. It used to be up to 100, but it got really kind of over the top. So you want to focus on those 3. And because you focus on those 3, you get multilateral bonuses, starting at the beginner level. When you have 20 of each, strength, dex, luck, you will get a 5% bonus into power stance, 5% resistance to all ailments and status elements, 5% luck, which is going to be avoidability, 20 luck will give you 5% avoidability, and when you have 20 of each of them, you will get a 5% bonus damage increase. Great stuff. Then, when you get to first job advancement, you want to even it out for all 3 of them to have 40. Strength, dex, luck will all give you 5% in addition to what we had before, so pretty great thing again. And again, 5% total damage increase when it's all at 40. Then at second job you have multilateral 3. When you have 90 of each of them, it goes up to 10% for power stance, resistance, avoidability, and total damage. So you want to have around 90 for all 3. Just equal it out, make it portioned out, and you should have no issues. And I'll explain that in a second as well. You have multilateral 4, which requires 150 of all of them, and again, 10% bonus damage. Next we have multilateral 5, which requires you to have 260 of each of them. And finally multilateral 6, which is going to be only available at 200 when all of them are at 330. So you guys may be asking, why do you only have a base of 301, 260, and 395? Well, I'll be blunt with you guys, I kind of messed up. I did not see multilateral 6 up until the end. This was my issue and my fault. However, this is not something I cannot fix. I can easily get an AP reset scroll, or I could just focus on my main stats. You see that I'm only 5 levels away from, getting 330 on my, 6 levels away from getting 330 on my strength. Now, my dex is going to be a bit of an issue because I'm going to hit 200 quite soon, but again, nothing in AP reset doesn't hurt because they're available in shops, I believe. And if they're not, we're going to get one from an event very soon. So again, not a big issue for me, personally. So, how do you want to raise this? Not like what I did. I'm going to tell you guys from my bad experience how you can save yourself. Focus on these 3. If you saw my past videos, focused on luck because I had luck gear. So I was like, I'd probably get more damage this way. Wrong idea. So again, not a big issue. But if you messed up like me, do not panic. You only need to have 260, which is quite easy to get around 4th job. And then multilateral 6 will require you to have 330 by level 200. And, if you're like me, you're not really going to be training too much after 200, because when I hit 200 I plan to go back onto my Phantom, so I'm going to take a little break from my Xenon. So how do you want to go about this? Focus on these 3. Whenever they're green, just pick one. It does not matter which one, because once you put too much into it, it will just gray out and the other 2 will be available. Right now I have Dex and Luck grayed out. The only one available to me is Strength, because it's telling me, hey, focus on Strength and then you can focus on the other ones. So that's how it's telling me. So that's really the AP portion of this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I apologize that I had to give you guys this version of my AP guide because yes, I really did mess up. This was my fault. But again, like I said, an AP reset scroll will do wonders for you. It does not hurt to have an AP reset scroll on hand. So thank you for watching, guys, and stay tuned for my SP video. See ya.